A farmer and his magic pot. In a faraway village lived a farmer. His name was Ram. He was a good and a honest man. He owned 5 acres of land. All his hard work to be a good farmer was in vain since his land did not yield anything at all. All the other farmers were successful and their lands gave good yields.
Oh Ram, why are you working so hard in this land? It has not yielded even a grain till date. Why don't you sell this land and buy a fresh piece of fertile land? But brother, this is our ancestral property. This is where they cultivated crops. Surely I must be mistaken. I'm going to try without giving up. My wishes are always with you, Ram.
Whatever was his struggle, Ram did not want to sell his land. He didn't even have proper food the entire day and ate some fruits. But Ram did not give up hope and continued to toil every day in his land.
Until I grow crops, I will not give up. I'll keep trying. Every year I sow seeds, but what happens to them?
Ram kept digging and digging.
I'm so
Ram
tired.
thought of taking rest after digging his entire land. Since he was hungry, Ram could not even lift the spade. So he decided to take rest and struck the spade one last time. And it seemed to have hit something in the ground.
What is this? It sounds like it hit iron. It looks like such a large pot. It's amazing. Who could have actually buried this under the land? Needless worry.
Thinking for a useless thing he digged so much, Ram stopped his work, threw the spade into the pit and went to rest in the shade of a nearby tree.
Now I have to definitely sell this land. How long will I be hungry like this? This wasteful land will never give me anything.
Relaxing under the tree, he started to eat the fruits he had brought. The fruits were not enough to satiate his hunger. He spent hours thinking about his land, which made him sad. He decided that he must sell his land since he did not find any other solution.
I should not lose my courage. I have to sell my ancestral land. I have to return home before it gets dark.
Ram wanted to take a spade and go home. Guess what? He found several spades where he left his own.
What is this? Who would have kept this here? I've been here all day.
Ram found 100 spades in the pot similar to his own spade. He wondered whose were all these spades.
It looks impossible. Is this a magical pot? I have to try something else.
He removed all the spades and dropped a grape into the pot. In front of his eyes, he saw the pot getting filled with grapes to its brim.
This truly is a magical pot. I cannot believe it. I'm gonna take this home. This is too heavy. I need a rope.
He tied the pot with one end of the rope and the other end to his waist. He started walking towards his home, pulling the pot along with him. While doing so, he started planning of all the things he should get from the pot.
But before that, let me keep an egg in it. I am pretty hungry. All these days I've been eating only fruits.
At once, Ram rushed to the market, bought an egg with the money he had and placed it inside the pot. Voila! The pot was brimming with eggs. He was very happy. He took 2 eggs and made omelette for himself.
I have never eaten anything this tasty. But what will I do with all these remaining 98 eggs? I can sell these and earn money.
Ram realized that he could use the pot not just for food but also to make money. After selling all the eggs, Ram started multiplying other things he needed. To fulfill his need for clothes, he dropped a small piece of cloth and out came several pieces of it. Then he put a shirt into the pot and got 15 to 20 shirts. Likewise, he dropped fruits, veggies, masala and whatnot and got tons of everything. The villagers became suspicious of Ram and were curious to find the secret he was hiding. After using it, Ram would always cover the pot and push it aside. One day, he wanted to test the pot again and dropped a chicken into it. He wondered what's gonna happen. Guess what? Hundreds of chicken flew out of the pot and ran helter-skelter in his house. There were chicken everywhere in his house.
Oh dear, had I put a dead fish, it would have been good. How can I catch so many hens at a time?
Ram tried to catch the chicken, but they flew up and down. They ran everywhere, sat on the table, perched on the bed, and did not spare even Ram's head.
Get off! Okay, everybody come
The
here.
chicken got scared and ran all over the place. And suddenly,
No, stop!
one went to the pot and jumped inside. Alas, another 100 chicken flew out of the pot.
Now my house has been turned into a poultry farm. What do I do?
Ram covered the pot, pushed it to a corner, and then started running out of the house. The chickens followed him too. The villagers were astonished to find hundreds of chicken coming out of Ram's house.
So many hens at a time? I have to use that pot wisely.
But Ram did not know that a security guard of the king was listening to him all the while. He rushed to the king and narrated the entire story.
What? Hundreds of chicken from a single pot? How is it possible? It surely must be a magic pot. Go and bring Ram and his pot here at once. This is my order.
Ram immediately understood why the king summoned him and the pot.
Bring the pot here. It looks quite big. But how could it give hundreds of chicken? Let me check what's inside it. Oh no! Stop!
It was too late. The king bent to see what was inside and slipped and fell inside. Hundreds of kings jumped out of the pot. Since there were many kings, they started fighting with each other.
This is my kingdom. Leave here immediately. No, this is mine. I am the king. This is my kingdom.
The court hall of palace was filled with hundreds of kings.
Save our king. But who is a real king here?
The gods were not able to save the king as all the kings fought among themselves and died. The entire palace was a picture of gloom and there was no king to guard the kingdom. Ram realized his mistake and ran to the pot. He picked up the pot and thrashed it into pieces. Meanwhile, Ram's land started flourishing and with the yield it was giving, Ram lived happily ever after.